Hi friends, this is Lady Flora, by the grace of God, a working homeschooling mom of 3, Songbird who is 7 years old, Man Cub who is 4 years old, and Baby Professor who is 1 year old. I'm hoping to provide you guys with some beautiful, simple homeschool solutions on this channel because that's always what I'm looking for, because I'm homeschooling like you guys are homeschooling, and so I would imagine that's what you're looking for too. In this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about some of my favorite board books that are good for the whole family, and frankly, they're just good for your soul. If you have older kids and younger kids, you might have to put your nice books up high to keep them away from the younger kids who might rip them up like mine do. And so you might get a lot of use out of board books. And I know sometimes we tend to think of board books as just being for babies, but I think a lot of the time they can offer a lot of value to your older children as well. So, and additionally, if you're going to be reading these books over and over and over, for yourself, for your own sanity, you want to read something that is edifying to you as their mom, and also edifying to your children. And you might have your older children read them out loud to your younger children, and so it's going to be affecting them as well. So really consider the books that you buy for your family. Is this something that you want to be reading over and over? Yeah, so let's take a look at some books. Okay. I want to start with, this is my all-time favorite, I think, Haiku Baby. And I think I got this in a gift shop, or I think I saw it in a gift shop. It's by Betsy Snyder, and it has a haiku on every page, and they're all based on various elements of the seasons. And I'll read some of these to you. Rain, splish splash, puddle bath, raindrops march in spring parade. Wake up, sleepy earth. And I have read this book so many times that I could probably read it with my eyes closed, which is a good skill to have because sometimes I'm reading to my children and I'm falling asleep at the same time. So this book is so beautiful. Flower, sun, leaf. And there's lots of fun games you can play with this book. I like to do the wind. And I like to ask my children where the bluebird is. And there's a bluebird on every page. So I ask them to find it. And it's just a really, really beautiful book. And as you probably noticed, there's a Japanese character on every page. And there's lots of beautiful alliteration. Haikus are written in a format of the first line is 5 syllables, the second line is 7 syllables, and then the third line is 5 syllables again. And so they don't rhyme, but they're really beautiful and really soothing to read, and I think your children really pick up on that. And another new favorite of ours is called Forest Seasons. Oh, we've got a little baby coming our way. Hey, baby. This one is called A Forest Seasons, and this is one of our favorites right now. And it's by Angela P. Arrhenius, and it was originally published in France, and I love it. It's called Boardscapes, I think. Yeah, Bookscapes. And I could just read this over and over again. This is not rhyming, but it has some really, really beautiful alliteration in it. In the forest, seasons change. Spring brings babies and blooms. Summer summons countless shades of green. Autumn is both bright and brown. Winter wraps all in a blanket of white. This book is so good. I love it, and it looks so awesome just sitting on your shelf. And it's not a gimmick. It's actually just a really good book. And there's another book in the series called A Marvelous Museum. So I could imagine a lot of awesome books done in this format. Can you imagine maybe like a book about the desert, or a book about mountains, or yeah, there's all kinds of things that you could do with this format. And another favorite of ours, you may have seen this book in our video about cursive. Yes, we'll get to that one. We did a video about how I taught my daughter cursive, and I'll put that in the links if you want to check it out. And one of the best ways is to have, yes, are you reading too? Yeah. Yes. This book, called Millies Secret, is a really, really wonderful book because it's entirely written in cursive, and it's by Giyo Fujikawa. And she is one of my favorite illustrators. You can find a video where I have another book of hers. It's a poetry book. I believe it's just called A Child's Treasury of Poems or something like that. And you can take a look at that book in my video that I did about our favorite poetry books, which I'll put in the link above. So this one is wonderful. It has speech bubbles, and it has just the most amazing, sweet illustrations. I love how they're both modern and old-fashioned at the same time. And yeah, so this is great. A board book that your babies can enjoy, and your elementary students, early elementary students can enjoy as well. Okay, and let's see, I have a couple others here that are just really fun and different. This one is just called Dog Dreams by Michael Wirtz, and I just think that it's the most interesting color scheme and design. It does rhyme, but sometimes the rhymes are, they feel a little awkward, but I just love how unique it is. It's a little pretentious, but it's a lot of fun. And again, it's a board book, so you don't have to worry about it getting too destroyed, although this one has gotten a little bit beat up, but I usually buy my books used as often as I can, so it came a little bit roughed up. This one has been a long-time favorite in our family, The Belly Button Book by Sandra Boynton. There's a lot of books by Sandra Boynton, but this one is my favorite. And she's even done some music, which I've always wanted to look into. I think she has a CD called Your Personal Penguin, but this one is our favorite, and I read this to my daughter so many times, and then we couldn't get rid of it. I've just never been able to get rid of it, and it's really funny. It rhymes, and it's really good rhymes, and it's just about hippos and their belly buttons. It's very cute, and the baby says Bebo. And let's see, I have two more that I want to show you that are by the same authors, and this is Found, based on Psalm 23, which is the amazing psalm from the Bible that starts off, "The Lord is my shepherd." And the amazing thing to me about that psalm is that it is written from the perspective of a lamb. And I just find that so epic, that God is this incredible storyteller, and here he is sharing all these stories and all these books of poetry and all these amazing things in his word. And one of the things that he shares is an anthropomorphized lamb telling us his story of how he trusts in his shepherd. And I'm always so inspired by that psalm. But anyways, this is made for children, so it's very simplified. God is my shepherd, and I am his little lamb. He feeds me, he guides me. He looks after me, I have everything I need. And you guys, I have everything I need. There's nothing that I don't have that I want. Inside, my heart is very quiet. This is a really, really beautiful book to read to your children when they're afraid of something, maybe when they're scared, or if they're having bad dreams. If they wake up in the middle of the night and they're having a bad dream, you can read them this book. I used to always tell my daughter the verse when she was having a bad dream. Do not be afraid of anything, for the Lord your God is with you. He will never leave you or forsake you. And I used to always say that to my daughter, and I can't remember where it's from in the Bible. I know it's from the Old Testament, but I would tell it to her, and then after a while I just kind of got out of the habit of saying it, and then she would say, Mommy, can you say the verse? What is the verse? Can you tell me the verse again? So the things that we say to our children really deeply affect them, and the books that we read them are really important. So I recommend that you just really think about what books you're bringing into your home and what kind of tone you want to set and what books you want to be reading over and over and over. And this one is also really good. It is based on the Lord's Prayer, and it's for children, so it's kind of simplified. But and it is also by Sally Lloyd-Jones and Jago, who also did this one. I don't know if I mentioned that. And Sally Lloyd-Jones, I believe, is the writer of the Jesus Storybook Bible, which is so good. I mean, it says that it's a storybook Bible, and it makes you think that it's for kids, but it's for adults. It's for anyone. It's for everyone. It's really, really good. I recommend it. We got a little visitor. He's mowing the lawn. There he goes. It's just a really beautiful, simplified telling of the Lord's Prayer with lots and lots of good messages in it, like forgive us for doing wrong, and forgive us just as we forgive others. We forgive other people when they hurt us. That's a good message for everyone. That's a good message for our world. Please put all of your questions and inspiration in the comments below. I would love to read them, and consider subscribing if you're looking for simple, beautiful homeschool solutions. Get in touch with me on Instagram, and I hope the Prince of Peace reigns in your heart and that you have a sublime day.